Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Lily Circle Harris and this is my YouTube channel. So I decided to start this channel because why not? I wanted something fun to do, to give me a hobby, give me something to do. So that's what this is. It's all for fun, What inspired me to start this channel was I was binge watching a lot of book talk videos, and I'm not even that big of a reader, right? I mean, I used to be a huge reader, and then I got older and I didn't have time to read as much. I was watching a lot of book talk videos, and so I decided that I want to start a YouTube channel, but I'm not going to be a book talk channel because I'm not there yet. I'm not going to be I'm going to do book videos, but I'm not going to be strictly book talk because I'm not as strong of a reader as I used to be. Which brings me to this video. What better way to start off my YouTube channel than by making a video that I watched a lot of in the past month. So I'm doing a recent book haul today. We're going to start with the book that I read. I started it in December and I just finished it, and let's get this started. Let's right off the bat. I ruin my books. Ugh, I know, but I don't take the best care of them, but they're well read, so please don't judge this book. Anyways, the first book I read and finished was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's backwards. That's kind of annoying. But The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Let me just say, this was a big book to start with for not having read in a really long time. And I'm so glad that I read it, okay? So it was taking me a really long time because it takes me a really long time to read recently. Like, I used to not to, but now it does. So this took me a very long time to read. And about halfway through, I was kind of like, I just kind of want to finish it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it. I was just like, I want to finish it, Let me tell you, when it was over, I was like, I don't want it to be over. It was very good. So if you don't know, 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about a writer named Monique who has been selected by Evelyn Hugo to write her biography. And Evelyn talks about her life. She's a movie star, and she talks about how her life was before becoming a movie star, during, and obviously her 7 husbands. She had 7 husbands. So it tells the story of all 7 of them and things she went through and her whole life. And it was just, it was so good. Taylor Jenkins Reid, you did good with this one. I would rate this 4.5 stars. I don't really know how the ratings work, but in my mind, I'd rate it 4.5. 0.5 off because sometimes I feel like there were parts that were a little tiny slow, just a little slow. But other than that, so good, so good. Next up, we're getting into all the books that I haven't read. So we're gonna start off with The Atlas 6. The Atlas 6, I first heard about it from Haley Pham, who I love so much. She basically, I'm pretty sure she described it like Harry Potter, kind of. It's kind of like dark academia, and let's just say I'm a big Harry Potter fan. The last full series I read was Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. So anyways, of course I had to get this. So I'm guessing it tells the story of the people who were chosen to join the society. I don't know. I was gonna start this after Evelyn Hugo, but I picked a different book because it's short and I wanted to read it fast, hopefully. So this is on my TBR. Next up, Firefly Lane. This is a hefty one. Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. It was adapted into a Netflix series I was gonna watch it. I'm pretty sure that Katherine Heigl, I don't know, is in the Netflix series, and I'm a big Grey's Anatomy fan, so I was gonna watch it, but I'm glad I didn't, because I think the book will be good to read first. So basically, it tells the story of two friends over the course of 3 decades. I don't know when I'm gonna read these. All of these are on my TBR list, obviously, but yeah, and on both of these, the phone fell. On both of these, the cover is like that like matte texture, which is just so fun to touch. Anyways, I don't know if it's matte, I don't know what it's called, but it's nice to touch. So next up, The Love Hypothesis. Can you tell I'm on Book Talk? Well, BookTube is, you know, anyways, it's basically a fake dating trope that was apparently inspired by Raylo fan fiction. He kind of looks like Kylo Ren's, and she looks, yeah, no, I see it. This is like a love novel. Next up, my first Colleen Hoover book. It Ends With Us. Beautiful pink cover. It's so nice and pretty, but apparently it's really sad and has a lot of trigger warnings. But I've heard a lot of things about this. Some good, some bad. But I'm excited to read it, and I'd say this is I think it's a love story? Question mark? I don't really know. It's another big Book Talk book, so that's why I heard a lot about it, but the main character's name is Lily, so I'm gonna read it. Next up, we have Girl in Pieces. I've had this book for so long. I started it a really long time ago, and I think it deals with depression. So yeah, this one is not as high on my list to read, just because I've had it for so long, and like, I don't know, I have like so many other books that I want to read that like are actually like interesting to me at this point. Like, I'm sure this is good. I'm sure it's great. It's very hyped up. But it's not something I want to read immediately, but I will get to it eventually. So yeah. Next we have We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This is another one that's been very hyped up on the Book Talk, but I heard about this one from my friend like 2020, because I think she got really into reading over the pandemic, even if she hadn't been before. But she recommended this, so I've had this one for a while as well. I just haven't read it. Oh, it has that nice cover too. I just haven't read it yet. I don't really know what it's about. If anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. We live, at least in the summertime, on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that's all you need to know, except some of us are liars. We Were Liars. I think 32 pages of bonus content. Jeez. I've heard there's a big plot twist. So excited. Love a good plot twist. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo had a plot twist, and that, let me tell you, that had multiple plot twists, in my opinion. And I was like, I can't deal with this. But anyways, I love a good plot twist, so we'll see. Next up, we have Cersei. These next couple of books are books that I bought like a long time ago, like over the summer or like early 2021. I don't really remember, just a while ago. I've had them for a while. I'm a big Greek mythology buff. I love the Percy Jackson series, the Heroes of Olympus series. One of my books I got for Christmas is just a giant Greek mythology book that I will show at the end because it's really big. But yeah, I love Greek mythology. This was hyped up on Book Talk in 2020, 2021. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. So I have this one. It's kind of big. This is Cersei by Madeline Miller. Next up, sticking with the theme of Greek mythology, we have The Song of Achilles by also by Madeline Miller. Queen loves her Greek mythology. Me too. You've probably heard of it. Super hyped up. This is one of my best friend's favorite books. Greek boy besties. Besties? I've heard that they're not just besties, but we will have to read to find out. Again, this is one that I've had for a really long time. This stack is sad. I should read these. Then I bought Beach Read. This is a newer buy. I bought Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation. I think I bought People We Meet on Vacation. I will insert that here. If you guys don't know what it looks like. But they're by the same author. So I think this is like two writers are living next door to each other in beach houses, and they both have writer's block. And I think that they switch genres and then they form a relationship. I don't know. This is like Haley Pham's like one of her favorite books ever. And Destiny Sidwell, who I also watch, I think she likes this book as well. So I'm gonna try to read this. I kind of want to save to read it till the summer. This and People We Meet on Vacation. Like, I feel like they're summer vibe books. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, then I got How It Feels to Float. I hadn't heard anything about this book, and then I saw it on the book talk table, or I think it was the book talk table, and at Barnes & Noble. And it looked really good. It has that nice cover again. This is by Helena Fox, and the logline says, a profoundly moving story about grief, loss, and love that will take your breath away. And that was, or it's not a logline, it's a review, but the review was by this woman. So, you know it's gonna be sad, but I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna read this one soon. Next up, we have Normal People by Sally Rooney. I've been wanting to watch the Hulu series for this for a really long time, but I don't have Hulu. So I was like, well, the book's the next closest thing I can get. So I started this last night. I'm only like 4 pages in because it was really late and I could not keep my eyes open any longer. But I think it'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure it takes place in like somewhere in the UK, and I love British TV shows, so hopefully I'll love this book. Then I'm just gonna ramble off the books that I got that I have at school really fast, because I think they're all like not part of a series. I have They Both Die at the End, which is, I'm pretty sure it's one of my best friend's her favorite book. It's about these two boys who are both selected for this thing called Deadcast. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I started it, but I didn't finish it because I wasn't loving it, but I think I'll give it another go. I'm pretty sure they somehow meet. I didn't even get to the part where they meet, but they somehow meet, and I'm assuming by the title, they both die at the end. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark on that one. Next, I have All the Light We Cannot See, which I didn't really know much about it when I bought it, but I'm pretty sure it takes place during like World War II, the Holocaust times. So it's probably pretty dark, or like pretty deep, pretty heavy, but I think it'll be an interesting read. Then I have Very by Colleen Hoover, another Colleen Hoover book. I heard this one's like a thriller, mystery vibes. I think there's a plot twist. Pretty different from It Ends With Us, so it sounds. I kind of want to save that one to read later in the year for spooky season. I kind of want to save that Atlas 6 too, but I feel like I'm gonna read them anyways beforehand and find other spooky books to read. Then I have Holding Up the Universe. I forgot what this book was about. I bought it mid 2021. Me and my friends were gonna do a book club, and we decided on that book. And then one of my friends read the book before like some of the people in the group even got their book. So we just decided not to, so we just didn't do it. And I never read it. But I brought it to school. so maybe I'll read it. And then I have Little Women, which my boyfriend actually gifted me for Christmas, and he put a little note inside, and he knew that I had a copy of Little Women here. I think a paperback copy, but he got me like the fancy Barnes & Noble copy, hardback copy, and he wrote a little note because he loves the movie and I love the movie, and I think he's read the book, but if he hasn't, he still got me it, and it was really nice. Oh, and then I have Sense and Sensibility. I got the classic Barnes & Noble's like fancy paperback. They're not paperback, but they're like this, like the same material as like this one, like the soft matte type, but they're like the $10 like classics. So I got that as well because my school was doing the play and I wanted to read the book. And now we are into this series, the series starters that I have. So I have a bunch of the first books of series here, but I'm gonna start with A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor, which is the sequel to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. I had to read An Absolutely Remarkable Thing for a class, and I wasn't sure how I felt at first, and while some of the book infuriated me, the ending left us on a cliffhanger, so I was like, well, I have to get the sequel now. It's kind of like sci-fi, it's like sci-fi with a little bit of political commentary, kind of. Not really political, like social commentary. It's hard to describe. An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. It's an interesting book. Everyone should go read it. Now we're getting into the series that I have here. So, first up, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the first in the series, and apparently some senior was murdered by her boyfriend, who then killed himself, and it was all anyone can talk about. And 5 years later, Pip, the main character, sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. And then she decides to re-examine the case for a final project. For her final project, looks like she finds some clues that might prove the guy who killed his girlfriend innocent. And that's what the first book is about. I don't know what the rest are about, but this is the first book of the series. Next we have the Shatter Me series. Now I had been seeing a lot of good things about this on TikTok. And it's the Shatter Me by Tara Mafi. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's giving YA, like not dystopian. It doesn't really sound dystopian. Oh, it literally says dystopian on the back of the book. Wow. Oh, and there's a romance. Oh my god. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this book. This doesn't really seem like a book I'd like. I just bought it because it was hyped up on TikTok, and also the series is really long. And I just don't know if I have the money to buy all the books in this series, but we'll see. We'll read the first book and see how it goes. Next, we have Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. I don't really know what this is about. It seems like two characters meet and they develop a special bond that will teach them the most important truths of their lives and help define the people they want to be. But there are big hurdles in the way, and only by believing in each other and the power of their friendship can Ari and Dante emerge stronger on the other side. So yeah, I've heard this is a really good book, and I think that there's a sequel. It won a lot of awards, apparently. So it's by Benjamin Alire Sands. I probably butchered that so bad. I'm so sorry. But yeah, excited to read this. I don't really know if I would consider this a series because I don't really know if the first book is like second book is like related. I think it's Aristotle and Dante as well, but I just know the covers look similar, so I'm pretty sure they're related. Next, the Guinevere Deception. I bought this because of TikTok. Shocker. One of my favorite TV show of all time is Merlin, BBC's Merlin, and it's a reimagining the Arthurian legend set in the magical world of Camelot. So, you know, that's kind of what made me buy it. I heard it was good. I think it's the first book in the series. Yeah, I think trilogy. It's a trilogy. So, gonna read this. I've had this for a while. I haven't touched it, but I will soon. And last but not least in the small books, the reading books, is the first book in the truly Devious trilogy. I think it's a trilogy, I believe, by Maureen Johnson. And I believe that this is also, it's a mystery type vibe. Looks like it takes place at a school. The back seems kind of confusing, so I'm not going to summarize it. But I just know it's a mystery, and it takes place in a school. And I think Haley Pham also said that it was dark academia. It just says private school, so I don't know. But yeah, excited to read this as well. So those are all of the reading books. And now I'm gonna pull out, two books. I don't want to go get them because I'm allergic to cats, and I did a big book clean out, book swap while I was here, and I had to go back into the room where we have the cats. And then once I figured that I was done back there, I vacuumed everything in my room and cleaned everything, and I don't really want to get cat hair back in my room. So I will talk about the books that I have back there that I recently bought or recently received as gifts. My mom got me Crime and Punishment. These are both like classics. She bought me Crime and Punishment and On the Road, Jack Kerouac. And they're like, the cover makes them look like they're graphic novels, but they're not. I know I should read them because they're classics, but I just have so many books to read right now that aren't classics. So we'll see. And then she bought me this. This is Mythology, Timeless Tales of Gods and Heroes by Edith Hamilton. And it's the 75th anniversary illustrated edition. They have little illustrations on them. So yeah, I think this will be interesting. I kind of want to take the cover off and look at the cover. I don't really like to buy hardbacks because the covers are annoying and they're more expensive. But since I received it as a gift, it's a hardback. So it's just like kind of goldish. Gold, has an M on it. But yeah, I'm excited to read that. This will become a coffee table book in the future. Hopefully I'll look through it, but this is definitely going on my coffee table when I have a coffee table. But yeah, that is my haul, my recent book haul. And my first video. So yeah, like I said, not all of my videos will be book videos, but probably a lot of them will. And hopefully I'll be doing some vlogs and some other type of videos. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.